National Park Trust recognizes extraordinary leadership in support of our parks by elected officials with the Bruce F. Vento Public Service Award.
The Vento Award recognizes both Republicans and Democrats for their lifelong dedication to protect and preserve our national parks, public lands, and waters.
Even in a highly divided and divisive time, national parks remain an area where Republicans and Democrats can still come together, can find common ground, and can do good work.
The Vento Award was created and established in 2000 to honor the memory and legacy of Bruce Vento, a 12-term congressman from Minnesota.
In the 1980s and 1990s, Congressman Vento was the exemplar of bipartisan leadership in support of our national parks.
One of the great desert areas, the Mojave Desert, which wasn't represented in the park system, will now be represented. Nearly 7 million acres of land as wilderness, as wildlands in perpetuity.
Bruce was a former science teacher. He was an avid outdoorsman himself. He loved to hike and fish. There are so many wonderful champions who have received the Bruce Vento Award.
John Lewis of Georgia, John McCain of Arizona,
Connie Morella from Maryland, Fred Upton from Michigan,
Betty McCollum of Minnesota, Mazie Hirono of Hawaii,
Mark Udall from Colorado, Martin Heinrich from New Mexico, Ron Wyden from Oregon, Richard Burr from North Carolina,
Rob Portman of Ohio.
We are delighted that today Congresswoman Diana DeGette joins this esteemed group of public servants. She is an extraordinary champion of our public lands and waters.
For the past 20 years, I've been working on legislation to permanently protect more of Colorado's wilderness for future generations to enjoy. Bruce was a real icon for me when I got to Congress because of a lifetime that he had of working to preserve public lands. And I really looked at him as a model. I remember actually when they established the award, thinking what a perfect person to name this after.
One of Congresswoman DeGette's greatest accomplishments has been the Colorado Wilderness Act, protecting 660,000 acres of wilderness areas across the state of Colorado.
I personally have been to most of the areas in my bill, by foot, by horse, and by raft, to experience the areas for myself.
She was the lead sponsor of the Every Kid Outdoors Act, which gives fourth graders and their families free access to our nation's public lands and waterways for an entire year.
You'd be surprised, even in Denver, Colorado, a lot of kids never get out up into the mountains, out into the outdoors. As a fourth generation Coloradoan, the outdoors and the parks and the wild areas have always been a part of my life, so this really meant a lot to me.
We are so excited to honor Congresswoman Diana DeGette with the Bruce F. Vento Public Service Award.